Welcome to the Conspiracy Files with Paige Carter. I'm your host, Paige Carter. The year was 1776, on the eve of May 1st. In the Bavarian city of Ingolstadt, a small group of intellectuals gathered in secret. Their objective? To form an enlightened society free from the shackles of religious prejudice, to promote women's education, and to oppose the abuse of state power. Little did they know, their clandestine union would birth one of the most enduring and controversial secret societies in human history, etching their name in the annals of time, the Illuminati. Perceived as masters of the shadows, the Illuminati have been implicated in events of global significance, from the French Revolution to the assassination of American President John F. Kennedy. But are these accusations grounded in reality, or are they the product of an overactive collective imagination? Examining the origins of the Illuminati, we find ourselves in the Enlightenment era, an age steeped in intellectual curiosity and radical thought. The society's founder, Adam Weishaupt, was a professor of canon law who harbored a deep disdain for the Church's stranglehold on knowledge and power. Weishaupt envisioned a world where reason reigned supreme over religious dogma, where knowledge was free, and where the chains of societal hierarchy were dismantled. The Illuminati, under Weishaupt's guidance, operated in the shadows, recruiting members from the European elite, nobles, intellectuals, politicians, and even members of the clergy. They communicated in code, using pseudonyms derived from classical antiquity. Weishaupt himself went by the alias Spartacus. Their operations were veiled in secrecy, hidden from the prying eyes of the Church and the state. However, the Illuminati's clandestine existence was short-lived. In 1785, just 9 years after its inception, the Bavarian government, wary of the society's increasing influence, outlawed all secret societies, leading to the disbandment of the Illuminati. Or did it? Despite their official dissolution, the Illuminati's influence didn't seem to wane. Instead, it grew, taking on an almost mythical status. Over 2 centuries later, their name still evokes a sense of mystery and intrigue. Accusations of their continued existence and pervasive influence persist. Conspiracy theories abound, suggesting the Illuminati's hand in everything from world politics to popular culture. The symbol of the all-seeing eye, found on the American dollar bill, is often linked to them, perceived as a sign of their omnipresence. Yet, historical evidence of their continued existence remains elusive. Their original goals of enlightenment and liberation from religious and political oppression appear to have been overshadowed by tales of global domination and shadowy machinations. So, are the Illuminati truly the puppeteers controlling the world from behind the scenes, or merely a defunct secret society amplified by myth and conspiracy? As we delve deeper into the shadows, the line between fact and fiction blurs. The truth, it seems, is often stranger than the tales we weave. To fully grasp the significance of the Illuminati and the enduring fascination they command, one must peer into the historical and cultural milieu from which they emerged. The late 18th century in Europe was a period of profound change. The Age of Enlightenment, or the Age of Reason, as it is also known, was in full swing, igniting sparks of intellectual revolution and challenging the status quo. This was a time when thinkers dared to question tradition, authority, and the divine right of monarchs. It was the era that gave birth to modern Western philosophy, scientific method, and democratic ideals. The Illuminati emerged from the crucible of this intellectual revolution. Their vision resonated with the epic spirit: freedom from religious and political tyranny, the dissemination of knowledge, and the establishment of a society governed by reason. They were the embodiment of the Enlightenment ideals, albeit cloaked in secrecy and coded language. This cultural context is vital to understand why the Illuminati, despite their brief official existence, have left such an indelible mark on our collective consciousness. Their ideals were revolutionary, their secret nature tantalizing, and their influence, whether real or imagined, immense. The Illuminati were not just another secret society. They were a potent symbol of resistance against authoritarianism, a beacon of enlightenment in an age of burgeoning intellectual freedom. They represented the power of the human intellect, the potential of knowledge, and the allure of the forbidden. In their clandestine meetings and coded messages, they encapsulated the Enlightenment's clandestine struggle against authoritarian rule. The Illuminati's tantalizing mix of enlightened ideals, secrecy, and alleged power has made them a fertile ground for conspiracy theories and a symbol of fear and fascination. The cultural resonance of the Illuminati goes beyond their historical reality. They have become an enduring motif in popular culture, appearing in books, films, and music, often as shadowy puppeteers pulling the strings of society. The enduring fascination with the Illuminati is also a reflection of our collective fear and curiosity about what lurks behind the veil of power. They represent the tantalizing possibility that there is more to our world than meets the eye, that hidden forces shape our reality. Whether or not the Illuminati still exist, their legend continues to captivate, inviting us to question the nature of power, knowledge, and the unseen forces that govern our world. The founding of the Illuminati traces back to May 1, 1776, in Ingolstadt, Bavaria, in what is now Germany. The order was established by Adam Weishaupt, a professor of canon law and a former Jesuit. Weishaupt, dissatisfied with the religious and political constraints of his time, sought a platform where enlightened minds could gather, unimpeded by the Church's dogma or the state's tyranny. The society was named the Order of the Illuminati, drawing from the Latin term illuminatus, meaning enlightened. Weishaupt envisioned the Illuminati as a beacon of enlightenment in a world clouded by superstition and ignorance. He sought to promote free thought, secularism, and rational discourse, challenging the shackles of the church and state. 5 initial members formed the core of the society, all of them students of Weishaupt at the University of Ingolstadt. These were not merely casual academics. They were individuals deeply dedicated to the Enlightenment's ideals, committed to spreading knowledge and challenging societal norms. The Illuminati operated under a strict hierarchy, modeled after the Jesuit structure, but also bearing similarities to Freemasonry. Weishaupt was known as the Superior, while the order's members were divided into classes and ranks, each with its rites and rituals. The society would eventually establish chapters throughout Europe, reportedly attracting influential figures and intellectuals, furthering its reach and influence. The Illuminati's rituals, symbols, and coded language have been a significant point of fascination. Their use of the owl of Minerva as a symbol, a goddess of wisdom in Roman mythology, is emblematic of their devotion to knowledge. The owl, a creature of the night, also signifies the Illuminati's association with secrecy and the shadows. The first claims of the Illuminati's influence arose with their alleged infiltration of Freemasonry. By the 1780s, critics accused the Illuminati of spreading their ideals through Masonic lodges, manipulating these established networks to further their agenda. Such claims were the first seeds of the conspiracy theories that would grow and entwine the two groups in the public mind. The life of the order was short-lived, officially at least. In 1785, less than a decade after its founding, the Bavarian government, wary of the Illuminati's influence and potential threat to the state, outlawed all secret societies, including the Illuminati. Weishaupt was dismissed from his position at the university and banished. Yet, though the order was officially disbanded, many believe that the Illuminati merely retreated deeper into the shadows, continuing their work away from prying eyes. This belief, whether based on fact or fiction, has fueled the enduring legend of the Illuminati, masters of the shadows. The early evidence of the Illuminati's continued existence and influence primarily comes from a series of leaks, documents, and testimonies that emerged in the years following the order's official dissolution. The first significant revelation came in 1785, the same year the Bavarian government outlawed the Illuminati. A courier carrying secret Illuminati documents was reportedly struck by lightning, dying instantly. The documents, which detailed plans for a revolution to overthrow all European monarchies and religions, fell into the hands of the Bavarian authorities. These documents, now referred to as the original writings of the Order of the Illuminati, were published by the government in an attempt to expose and discredit the secret society. However, instead of eliminating the Order's influence, the publication of these documents only fueled the public's fascination and fear. The idea of a secret society with grand designs for world revolution was both terrifying and alluring. It gave birth to countless conspiracy theories that persist to this day. Further evidence of the Illuminati's existence emerged in 1798, when Professor John Robison of Edinburgh University published his book, Proofs of a Conspiracy. Robison, a former Freemason, claimed to have discovered evidence of the Illuminati's infiltration of Masonic lodges. According to Robison, the Illuminati had used Freemasonry as a cover to continue their operations and spread their anti-religious and anti-monarchical doctrines. Robison's book was widely read, particularly in America, where it influenced political and religious leaders and sparked a wave of anti-Masonic sentiment. It was the first major public exposure of the Illuminati outside of Germany and marked the beginning of the Order's truly global reputation. Similarly, in 1797, Augustin Baruel, a French Jesuit priest, published Memoirs Illustrating the History of Jacobinism, in which he claimed that the French Revolution was the result of a complex plot by the Illuminati. For Baruel, the revolution was not a spontaneous uprising of the French people, but a carefully orchestrated plan by the secret society to overthrow the monarchy and establish a new world order. These early revelations, whether factual or fabricated, laid the foundation for the modern mythology of the Illuminati. They established the Order as a powerful, shadowy organization with the capacity to manipulate world events and shape the course of history. This perception, whether true or not, has turned the Illuminati into one of the most enduring and influential legends of our time. The question, however, remains: are these documents and testimonies credible, or are they part of an elaborate myth? The search for answers leads us further into the shadows, into the realms of the forbidden and the unknown. The idea of the Illuminati as a shadowy, all-powerful secret society is fascinatingly seductive. However, it's worth examining some of the counterclaims and contradictions that put this narrative into question. In their book, A Culture of Conspiracy, Professors Michael Barkan and Cynthia Zaitz argue that the modern conception of the Illuminati is largely a work of fiction, a myth propagated by popular media. They note that there is little concrete evidence to support the notion of the Illuminati as a global cabal with the power to shape world events. For instance, Barkan and Zaitz point out that many of the so-called proofs of the Illuminati's existence are based on dubious sources. Robison's Proofs of a Conspiracy and Baruel's Memoirs Illustrating the History of Jacobinism, while influential, are considered by many to be works of paranoid speculation rather than rigorous historical research. Both authors were known to harbor anti-Masonic sentiments, which may have colored their interpretations of the Illuminati's activities. In addition, the claim that the Illuminati survived its supposed disbandment in the late 18th century and continues to operate today is largely unsupported by historical evidence. Many historians agree that the Bavarian government's crackdown effectively dissolved the order. If the Illuminati did manage to survive, it would have been as a loose network of scattered individuals, not as a monolithic organization with the ability to orchestrate global events. Moreover, the perception of the Illuminati as an anti-religious, anti-monarchical organization is complicated by the fact that many of its alleged members have been deeply religious individuals or members of royal families. If the Illuminati were truly dedicated to overthrowing religion and monarchy, why would it count among its ranks those who would seemingly have the most to lose from such a revolution? However, these contradictions and counterclaims don't necessarily debunk the existence of the Illuminati. They merely cast doubt on some of the more sensational aspects of the legend. The Illuminati, in some form, certainly did exist in the 18th century, and it's possible that its influence persisted in some form beyond its official demise. But the image of the order as a vast, shadowy network pulling the strings of world power is likely more fiction than fact. The real Illuminati, if it exists, is likely far more complex and elusive than we can imagine. With the historical context established, let's examine the plausible mechanisms, methods, or technology that the Illuminati could have utilized to exert influence, should the organization have survived beyond its supposed disbandment. Secrecy is paramount for any covert organization, and the Illuminati were no different. Historically, they were known to communicate using coded letters and secret symbols to avoid detection. This encryption likely evolved with technological advancements. In a modern context, they could potentially employ advanced cryptographic methods or secure digital platforms for communication. The organization's hierarchical structure, too, could have been an effective tool for maintaining control. The original Illuminati had a pyramid-like structure, with the highest-ranking members at the top having full knowledge of the group's operations, while lower-ranking members knew only what was necessary for their specific tasks. This compartmentalization could have allowed the Illuminati to operate undetected, as individual members would not have the complete picture of the organization's activities. In terms of exerting influence, it's suggested that the Illuminati might have infiltrated various institutions of power. This is a tactic common to many secret societies throughout history. The Illuminati could have recruited individuals already in positions of influence, or groomed members for these roles. This network of influential individuals could then subtly shape policy, manipulate public perception, or steer socioeconomic trends. Financial power is another potential method for influence. It's a common belief that the Illuminati control a vast wealth, which they could use to fund operations, support political candidates, or destabilize economies. The source of this wealth is a subject of speculation. It could be accumulated through investments, manipulation of financial markets, or even illegal activities. While these methods might seem feasible, it's important to remember that they are speculative. They're based on interpretations of historical events and the modus operandi of secret societies. The lack of definitive evidence makes it difficult to confirm or deny their validity. The Illuminati, should they exist today, could operate in ways entirely unknown to us, using methods as elusive and enigmatic as the organization itself. What is clear, however, is that the legend of the Illuminati is a testament to the enduring human fascination with the unknown, the hidden, and the powerful. Whether they are masters of the shadows or merely a myth, the Illuminati continue to intrigue, captivate, and inspire a sense of wonder about the unseen forces that might shape our world. Throughout history, several events have intensified the belief in the existence of the Illuminati, while also feeding the narratives of suppression. These events, often linked to political upheaval, financial crises, or dramatic societal changes, have triggered speculation and theories about the unseen hand of the Illuminati, manipulating the course of human history. The French Revolution is one such event. It was a time of upheaval and radical change, a time when the old order was overthrown and a new one established. This was the perfect environment for conspiracy theories to flourish. The Illuminati, with their reputed Enlightenment ideals and purported influence in high places, were readily implicated as the unseen puppet masters of the revolution. The rise of global capitalism is another event that has fed into Illuminati conspiracy theories. The accumulation of immense wealth and power within a few multinational corporations, along with the increasing influence of these entities over governments and societies, has led to suspicions of a shadowy cabal pulling the strings. The Illuminati, with their supposed financial prowess and their alleged control of influential individuals, fit neatly into this narrative. The advent of the digital age has further intensified belief in the Illuminati. The Internet has not only made it easier to spread conspiracy theories, but has also created a new domain for the supposed influence of the Illuminati. The control of information, surveillance, and manipulation of public opinion through digital means are all elements that align with the traditional modus operandi attributed to the Illuminati. Meanwhile, narratives of suppression have been fueled by the secrecy and denial surrounding the Illuminati. The lack of concrete evidence, the dismissal of conspiracy theories by mainstream sources, and the absence of official acknowledgement all contribute to a sense of a cover-up. These elements, paradoxically, serve to strengthen belief in the Illuminati. They suggest a deliberate effort to suppress the truth, a hallmark of the shadowy, secretive modus operandi attributed to the Illuminati. These historical and contemporary events, along with the societal changes they engendered, have fanned the flames of belief in the Illuminati. They have provided fertile ground for speculation and conspiracy theories, contributing to the enduring legend of the Illuminati. Whether these beliefs reflect reality or are merely the product of human imagination and fear of the unknown, they have undeniably shaped perceptions of this enigmatic organization. The Illuminati continue to be a symbol of unseen power, a manifestation of the human fear of what lurks in the shadows. The impact of Illuminati theories on contemporary society and culture is extensive. From music and media to politics, the Illuminati's supposed influence permeates many aspects of modern life. This is seen in the way the symbol of the pyramid and the all-seeing eye, often associated with the Illuminati, have been adopted in pop culture. The use of these symbols by influential musicians, movie producers, and artists is seen by many as evidence of their allegiance to the Illuminati. In the music industry, artists as diverse as Jay-Z, Rihanna, and Lady Gaga have been accused of using Illuminati symbols in their performances and music videos. The idea of the Illuminati controlling the entertainment industry is a popular one, seen as a means to manipulate the masses and promote the organization's alleged agenda of global domination. The political landscape is not immune to these theories either. High-ranking politicians and world leaders have been accused of being puppets of the Illuminati, their actions supposedly serving the organization's clandestine interests. The idea of a global shadow government, controlled by a secret society, has found a receptive audience among those disillusioned with the state of world politics. Even the realm of science and technology is not exempt from Illuminati influence, at least in the collective imagination. The rapid advancements in artificial intelligence, biotechnology, and surveillance technology have led to speculations about the Illuminati's role in these developments. These theories suggest a dystopian future where the Illuminati wield absolute control through technology. The Illuminati myth, therefore, has become a prism through which many interpret the world. It provides an explanation for the seemingly inexplicable, a narrative for the complex machinations of power. It taps into the human fear of the unknown and the need for a discernible order behind apparent chaos. Whether or not the Illuminati exist in reality, their myth has seeped into the collective consciousness and influences the way many perceive the world. The Illuminati have become a symbol, a metaphor for hidden forces that shape society and history. Their supposed influence permeates contemporary culture, shaping perceptions and narratives, adding a layer of intrigue and mystery to the mundane. They have become an integral part of the modern mythos, a testament to the enduring power of secrecy, suspicion, and the human imagination. And yet, despite the pervasive influence of the Illuminati myth, there remain many unanswered questions. These unknowns fuel the intrigue, providing fertile ground for the continued growth and evolution of the Illuminati narrative. The most fundamental of these questions is, of course, whether the Illuminati still exists at all. The group that was originally known as the Illuminati was disbanded and suppressed in the late 18th century. But is it possible that they managed to survive, reorganizing themselves under a cloak of even deeper secrecy? Or have other organizations, inspired by the original Illuminati, taken up their mantle and continued their work? The truth of this question is elusive, obscured by layers of speculation and conjecture. Another unanswered question revolves around the supposed goals of the Illuminati. The popular narrative suggests a desire for global domination, but what does this truly mean? Is it political power they seek? Or is it something more esoteric, such as spiritual or intellectual supremacy? Or perhaps their goals are not as nefarious as they are often portrayed, but are instead rooted in a genuine desire to guide humanity towards a more enlightened future. The ambiguity of the Illuminati's motives adds another layer of mystery to their myth. The methods by which the Illuminati are said to exert their influence are also a source of unresolved questions. How exactly does a secret society control world events? What mechanisms do they use to manipulate the economy, the political landscape, and the entertainment industry? Is it through direct intervention or subtler means, such as subliminal messaging or psychological manipulation? The answers to these questions are as inscrutable as the Illuminati themselves. Finally, there's the question of who the Illuminati are. Who are these shadowy figures that supposedly pull the strings of society? Are they prominent figures in politics, business, and entertainment, as many believe? Or are they unknown individuals, operating from the shadows, unseen and unrecognized? The identities of the Illuminati, if they do indeed exist, remain one of the greatest mysteries of all. These unanswered questions, and many others, feed the enduring fascination with the Illuminati. They offer room for endless speculation and interpretation, ensuring that the Illuminati myth continues to captivate and intrigue. The Illuminati, whether real or imagined, have become a mirror of our collective anxieties and fears, a reflection of our deepest suspicions about the world in which we live. As masters of the shadows, or mere figments of our collective imagination, they continue to cast a long shadow over our understanding of power, secrecy, and the unseen forces that shape our world. In this vast tapestry of speculation, one thread seems to persist: the idea of power hidden in the shadows. Whether the Illuminati are real or imagined, they represent a deep-seated fear of unknown forces pulling the strings behind the scenes. This fear is not unfounded, for history is rife with secret societies and clandestine groups that have shaped events from behind the curtain. The Illuminati, as a concept, is perhaps the embodiment of this age-old apprehension, the archetype of a secretive elite manipulating the world to their own ends. The concept of the Illuminati also invites us to consider the nature of power itself. How is it wielded? Who truly holds it? And why is it often shrouded in secrecy? These questions are as relevant today as they were centuries ago when the original Bavarian Illuminati was founded. They speak to a universal human concern about the concentration of power and the potential for it to be abused. Tales of the Illuminati also underscore our fascination with the unseen. They tap into a primal curiosity about the hidden corners of our world, the unseen forces that shape our lives, and the secrets that lie just beyond our grasp. This fascination is not confined to the realm of conspiracy theories and secret societies. It drives our scientific inquiries, our spiritual quests, and our artistic endeavors. It is, in many ways, a reflection of our shared desire to uncover the unknown and make sense of the universe. Yet, as we delve into the depths of the Illuminati myth, we are reminded of the inherent uncertainty of our quest. The truth, if it exists, remains elusive. The shadows cast by this enigmatic group are long and dark, obscuring not only their identity and intentions, but also the very nature of their existence. Are the Illuminati masters of these shadows, manipulating the world from behind the scenes, or are they merely phantoms, conjured by our collective imagination and fears? Regardless of the answer, the Illuminati myth continues to haunt our collective consciousness, offering a tantalizing glimpse into a world of secrecy, power, and hidden agendas. It serves as both a cautionary tale and an invitation to question, to probe, and to seek the truth that lies in the shadows. As we navigate the labyrinthine corridors of this enduring mystery, we are left with a sense of awe, trepidation, and a lingering doubt. The Illuminati, real or not, continue to dazzle us with their enigmatic allure, forever dancing on the edge of light and shadow, known and unknown, fact and fiction. Thanks for listening. This has been The Conspiracy Files with Paige Carter. If you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to follow us wherever you listen to podcasts. And if you'd like to support the show, subscribe to the Forbidden Knowledge Network on Patreon. Subscribe now.